Hey, how you doing there, young fella? You know, it's gonna be a good night when your first invasion goes like this. Welcome to episode 20. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm one of these silly people that thinks that if you do something stupid on your first invasion like that, that has the capacity or the potential to set the tone for the rest of the night. And I'm happy to report that's not what happened. We've invaded these nice young fellas here, and we got a surprise at the end of this invasion. So you're gonna have to stay tuned to see what that was. I thought it was pretty good. Nothing too flashy, nothing too fancy. I decided to have the gargoyles tail axe and the gargoyles halberd on at the same time. You know, sometimes you're just so obsessed with getting the parry that you just stand there like a fucking idiot and you don't even realize that the other dude is coming up and sticking a big stick up your ass. So that's something I really gotta watch. And these guys weren't too bad. I mean, Havel there was a password summon, but you know, he's really not doing too much damage. You know, there's this whole thing like, oh, password summon. Yeah, it's an over-leveled password summon, but password summon doesn't necessarily mean over-leveled. It just means he's playing with his buddy, right? Or he's playing with somebody, like, you know, they have, I don't know how they do it on PlayStation, but on Xbox they have like the groups where it's like, hey, meet me here to do co-op, and then this is the password, and then you do that and whatever. So I mean, these guys might not even know each other, but doesn't really matter. And if we just had the Hornet ring on, we really could have tightened these guys up a little faster. I have had trouble against that halberd that guy's using. That was interesting how that club got me there. That was kind of silly. And then, yeah, same thing. Like, I thought if I just R1 spam him just a little bit more, I hit him one more time, I think I can take him out, but the Phantom saved him on that. I've had trouble against that thrust attack from that halberd. This Phantom kind of, you know, I don't want to say he was like fucking terrible or anything, but I don't know. He wasn't like all that great. He didn't do too much damage, and he did some jump attacks that kind of left him wide open. So that was nice of him to do that for me. So we're getting to the end here, and of course your buddy's gone. You're just chugging here. I'm gonna make you pay, boy. If I see you bring that Estus up, you are gonna pay. So this was the end here, and no salt for these guys. I thought they did an okay job. And it happens that if I lose, if I win, I might send you a GG. So I did that with these guys. I thought they played an okay game, as you see here. And the host returned with this. Yeah, and here was the whole exchange. I thought that was pretty funny. I really enjoyed that. I love getting hate mail. It's just fantastic. That was our first gank of the evening. Gank spank, excuse me, and this will be the second one, and you'll notice we have the real Solaire, the OG. And sometimes in a situation like that, I don't get backstabbed, and I kind of wonder why. I'm just parry spamming Solaire, and it's like I really should have been backstabbed there, but for whatever reason, just the guy wasn't able to connect. The onion whatever is using, I believe, the great sword, which is kind of funny because, of course, and I cannot parry Solaire for shit in this, but it's funny. Like the great sword is from the Berenique Knights, and of course they're one size up from us, right? So, like, to them, it's not even a great sword. It's like the Black Knight great sword, right? It's like, that's just a straight sword for them because they're so big. But for us, it's actually a great sword. And then their great sword is an ultra great sword for us. Kind of neat how they did that. These guys were pretty good. Well, I mean, Solaire, he's awesome. But these guys were pretty good at putting pressure on me, but I don't know what the deal was with this guy and his R2s. I'm going to make him pay for one of those R2s in a bit here. Not that one. And we switched to the halberd. Halberd? What am I, out of my mind? I gotta go to bed in like an hour. I'm kind of retarded. I don't know what I'm saying. Long day, and I'm stupid. The Flamberger for a little bit of bleed. The other thing was really not getting Solaire out of the way fast enough. And I gotta be careful. I gotta watch these guys. Yeah, look at that. Leave myself wide open because I'm just R1 spamming. That is not what you want to do. Two-handed Flamberger. I love it. Oh, and that guy got me right in the spine. That greatsword is a little slower than the Zweihander. And not a whole lot of... There we go. Not a whole lot of difference in AR. But the thrusting attacks is where it really shines. And even after the whistle, I just cannot parry Solaire. I just fucking gave up. It's like, Solaire, dude, the match is over, man. Go home. This is our final clip for the evening. I have seen... We've talked about this. I've seen plenty of guys wearing an outfit like this, and I know what I'm in for. And I took my weapon off there because I thought he had taken off his weapon like maybe he wanted to have a fist fight, but it turns out he's actually just using a Bic pen as a weapon. So anytime you see a guy like this, it's like, gee, I wonder what you're gonna do. But this guy actually was... This guy, I give him a high-speed kick to the groin. This guy was actually a pretty cool guy. He wasn't one of these Hornet Ring backstabbing family mask dickheads like you see here a lot. Like, you know, I've played that role. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. Maybe you've played that role too. But this guy was cool because this guy was like, you know what? And I admire that I respect a guy who will do this with randoms. Like, you know, chug up and come at me again. Let's do it again. And I was able to cancel out his backstab there. That was pretty fortunate. He did have a different weapon that he alternated with that did much, much, much less damage. And we back off, and I don't know what the deal is. Like, I don't know, the guy... The guy does get some backstabs on me. So, I mean, his game plan is pretty clear. But at the same time, he's not one of these bloodthirsty, ruthless guys who's just like, oh, I got you and it's over, and, you know, fuck you. You know, encouraging your opponent to chug is... It's a pretty big move. So he did go back to his nasty boy there. And, He backs off, he indicates, hey, let's chug up and we'll do it again. He's just like, hey, I can tighten you up if I want to, buddy. And then he goes back to his Bic pen. It's not doing a fuck of a lot. And like we were talking before, the kick is going to be very effective for getting these backstab fishers to, you know, fuck off. You just kick them right out of it. He did try to get a couple parries, and he did get a parry there, but looks like he's using something that's, you know, it could be unupgraded or maybe even like +5. Just absolute chicken shit damage. But eventually, the bleed is going to get to this guy. And I don't know how we got that backstab. That was just nuts. I ended up sending the guy a message after, and he was a cool guy, and he sent me a friend request, so that was nice. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see your fine ass later.